Let's talk about fall protection. So when you're creating your own fall protection system because you're not using an engineered anchor, your anchor point's typically going to be either on the ground or it's going to be on the roof. Now, if you're going to choose to put it on the roof, there's going to be a couple of reasons for that. One is because you need to access multiple sides. You need to have a fixed, stable, fixed in place sort of anchor point to be able to do that. It's not going to deflect too much from side to side when you're going on all those different sides. The other reason is because you don't want your cords to get in some way of some things that are going to damage some stuff. That's the technical version. So in this case, in this video, there was some of these decoration outdoor lightings that were strung up and they were just getting in the way of the fall protection. So I decided to cinch them up so that I didn't have to think about them and worry about them while I was doing the service.
You start on the end that is farthest away from you and then do a butterfly. Okay, so there's the butterfly. And then just because I'm lazy, I'm gonna clip that to myself. You could set that down. I don't want the rope to kind of go off into the distance. And then on this one, we need a pressic loop. And what we're doing here is we're creating an anchor point in the roof and we're gonna cinch it down using some mechanical advantage. So this is your pressic loop or your rope grab. And then I'm just gonna touch these together. And that's a lot tighter than it was. We've pulled out a lot of slack, but we can do better than that. So I'm gonna grab this slack, I'm gonna shove it through the carabiner, and then I'm just gonna walk backwards and pull this tight. And go ahead and focus on this area right here, because this is where the magic's happening. Okay. So that's pretty tight. And I can come out here and work in between a certain point. Like I'll probably need to use a pole on the edges, but I can work between a certain point. The problem on why this isn't super tight, so you can see that the rope is actually lifted above the roof. So by the time it gets down to the gutter line, the rope's lifted above the roof about this much. And right here, I can stick my hand under it. When your anchor point is not a little bit closer than having the rope completely flat and flush with the roof line, you want a little bit closer than that so it kind of hugs the gutter just a little bit, it's gonna be looser. And so in some situations, that's gonna be okay. In this case, why we're really doing this is cord management so that it's not gonna get into all those lights. But if you needed this thing not to move at all, there's other options that you can do, and we'll go into that on a different video. So last thing you wanna do here is you don't wanna trust a pressic loop or a rope grab, particularly where it's resting on the ridgeline, because a pressic loop manipulated in just the right way is going to loosen. And so what we want to do is we want to put a safety here so that in case the pressic loop decides that it's going to move, that the rope's still going to catch onto itself and stay tight enough that it's going to catch us if in the event of us going through a fall. So now this is the backup. This is the main source of tension. This is the butterfly right here. And this is all the slack. So this is our anchor point. This is where we clip into, and then I can navigate the roof and do the rest of our work.